ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here today. We often hear people say love is all you need or follow your heart, and while those sentiments may sound sweet, the reality of marriage, of commitment, of choosing a life partner is far more complex than simple feelings or romantic ideals. Marriage is a bond that requires wisdom, discipline, and an understanding of both your own needs and those of your partner. Self-awareness and responsibility are fundamental pillars for personal growth and successful relationships. To embark on the journey of life with a partner, you must first understand yourself, your emotions, your strengths, your limitations, and the patterns that shape your decisions. Without self-awareness, it's impossible to develop a deep and meaningful connection with another person, because you cannot give what you don't fully understand about yourself. Self-awareness begins with the willingness to look inward. It's not about surface-level reflection, but a deeper exploration of who you are and why you behave the way you do. People often operate on autopilot, reacting to situations based on past experiences or external pressures rather than conscious thought. Self-awareness, however, requires you to break this cycle. It's about recognizing your emotions, understanding how they influence your thoughts and actions, and taking responsibility for them. It's an ongoing process of discovery, where you ask yourself difficult questions and confront uncomfortable truths. When you know yourself, you can act with greater intentionality and authenticity. You understand your own boundaries, values, and needs. This allows you to communicate more effectively with others, especially a partner. Without self-awareness, there is no basis for trust or genuine connection. How can you trust someone else when you don't even know how to trust your own instincts? How can you build a strong relationship if you don't know what you need from that person, or worse, if you aren't even clear about what you want for your own life? Self-awareness also requires a keen understanding of your weaknesses. We all have areas in our lives that need improvement, whether it's emotional regulation, decision-making, or even our ability to listen. Recognizing and admitting these shortcomings is vital, because only then can you actively work toward change. A lack of self-awareness leaves a person blind to their flaws, which in turn makes it impossible to correct behaviors that harm relationships. If someone enters a marriage without self-awareness, they often project their unresolved issues onto others, creating a cycle of blame and defensiveness. This only leads to frustration and emotional distance. Responsibility, on the other hand, is the natural extension of self-awareness. It's not enough to simply understand your inner world, you must also take ownership of it. Responsibility means acknowledging that your choices, actions, and behaviors have consequences, not just for you, but for those around you. It's about taking proactive steps to improve yourself and your life. It's about not blaming others for your mistakes or external circumstances for your unhappiness. Instead, you hold yourself accountable and make choices that align with your values and goals. In a relationship, responsibility is critical. It means you don't place the emotional or practical burden of life entirely on your partner. It's about both people carrying their share of the load, being dependable, and taking the necessary steps to build a future together. Someone who lacks responsibility often operates from a victim mindset, blaming others for their unhappiness or lack of success. This creates an imbalance in the relationship where one person carries the emotional, financial, or mental weight of both individuals. This imbalance can slowly erode the foundation of the relationship, leaving resentment and a sense of helplessness in its wake. Self-awareness and responsibility go hand in hand. You cannot take responsibility for your actions and choices if you are not aware of the impact they have. Likewise, you cannot fully know yourself if you are not willing to take responsibility for your life. It is a cycle that reinforces growth. Through self-awareness, you come to understand what you need to take responsibility for. Through responsibility, you gain further insights into who you truly are. Without these two qualities, a partnership lacks the depth and stability required for a lasting connection. In the search for a life partner, it's easy to become entranced by external appeal, the physical attraction, the charm, the confidence, or the image of success. However, these surface-level qualities can be fleeting, and they often conceal the deeper, more vital characteristics that sustain a relationship over time. It is critical to understand that while external appeal may capture attention, it is character that determines the lasting strength and quality of a relationship. Character is the bedrock of a meaningful and enduring partnership. It is shaped by a person's integrity, values, emotional intelligence, and how they respond to adversity. Character isn't something you can see immediately. It is revealed over time through consistent actions, decisions, and behavior. When you marry someone based solely on external appeal, you are investing in something inherently unstable. Beauty fades, physical attractiveness changes, and external accomplishments can be lost in an instant. But character endures. The way a person handles hardship, how they treat others when no one is watching, and their ability to remain humble and honest under pressure are the qualities that will remain steady. A person with strong character is someone who values honesty, even when it's difficult. They take responsibility for their actions, apologize when necessary, and work to improve themselves. They don't blame others for their mistakes or failings, but instead look inward to understand their role in any situation. Integrity is about consistency. It's about doing the right thing, even when there's no external reward or recognition. In a relationship, this becomes invaluable. Trust cannot be built without honesty, and a relationship cannot thrive without a foundation of trust. A person with integrity upholds their commitments, even when circumstances are challenging. Emotional maturity is another facet of character that plays a significant role in the health of a relationship. A person's emotional intelligence determines how well they can navigate conflict, manage their emotions, and support their partner in times of stress. A strong character is not prone to irrational outbursts, manipulation, or escapism. Instead, they seek to understand their emotions and communicate openly. They are aware of the impact their behavior has on others, and they are committed to resolving conflicts in a way that strengthens the relationship, not weakens it. A person with good character exhibits empathy, a deep understanding of and sensitivity to the feelings and experiences of others. They are not only focused on their own needs and desires, but also take the time to listen, understand, and support those they care about. This quality fosters connection and intimacy, which are essential for a healthy, lasting marriage. Without empathy, a relationship becomes transactional, where one person's needs are consistently prioritized over the others. Over time, this imbalance can lead to resentment, isolation, and emotional distance. On the contrary, those who rely too heavily on external appeal may lack these deeper qualities. While they may be able to impress or attract others in the short term, they struggle to maintain relationships over the long haul. If someone is primarily motivated by appearances, they may lack the depth needed to truly connect with their partner. They might avoid confronting difficult issues, seeking temporary distractions instead of working through conflicts. Over time, this avoidance undermines the very bond that is meant to be nurtured. Choosing a life partner based on character rather than external appeal ensures that you are building a relationship on a solid foundation. Character creates resilience, fosters mutual respect, and encourages growth. It's through character that we discover our true compatibility with another person. It is easy to be drawn to the allure of external appeal, but it is character that sustains the journey of life together through all its trials and triumphs. Narcissism and manipulation are two of the most destructive traits that can exist within a relationship. At first, they may be difficult to recognize, as individuals who exhibit these behaviors can often be charming, confident, and alluring. However, as the relationship progresses, the true nature of narcissism and manipulation becomes clear, revealing a dangerous pattern that can leave one partner emotionally drained, confused, and untrusting. Understanding the dynamics of narcissism and manipulation is crucial for protecting oneself and ensuring that you do not enter into a relationship that could ultimately harm your mental and emotional well-being. Narcissism, at its core, involves an inflated sense of self-importance and an intense need for admiration. A narcissistic person believes they are superior to others, deserving of special treatment and attention. This belief often masks deep insecurities and a fragile self-esteem, but the narcissist is unwilling to confront these vulnerabilities. Instead, they create an illusion of perfection, often manipulating others to bolster their sense of superiority. In a relationship, this manifests in ways that can be incredibly harmful. A narcissist is often dismissive of their partner's feelings, needs, and desires because they see themselves as the center of the relationship. Their partner's emotional experiences are trivialized, and they may even go as far as gaslighting their partner, making them question their own reality. The narcissist's inability to genuinely care for others creates an emotional imbalance within the relationship. They may appear loving or generous at first, but this affection is rarely unconditional. It is often given with the expectation of something in return, whether that's praise, validation, or some form of self-serving benefit. Narcissistic individuals are often incapable of true empathy. They lack the emotional depth needed to understand their partner's pain, joy, or struggles. This emotional neglect can be incredibly damaging, leading to feelings of isolation and emotional deprivation for the other person. Over time, the partner of a narcissist may begin to feel invisible, as if their own needs and feelings don't matter. Manipulation is closely intertwined with narcissism, though it can also manifest in individuals who don't exhibit narcissistic traits. A manipulator seeks to control or influence others for personal gain, often without regard for the feelings or well-being of the person being manipulated. This behavior can take many forms, from subtle persuasion to outright deceit, and it can be difficult to identify at first. Manipulation is often calculated and insidious, making the victim feel as though they are responsible for the problems in the relationship, or that they are at fault for everything that goes wrong. A manipulative person may use guilt, shame, or emotional blackmail to get what they want. They may twist words, distort facts, or make their partner feel guilty for expressing their needs or desires. In extreme cases, they may exploit their partner's vulnerabilities, using them as leverage to control their actions or decisions. The constant emotional manipulation can erode the victim's sense of self-worth, making them more susceptible to further control. Both narcissism and manipulation thrive in environments where open communication and mutual respect are lacking. When one partner is consistently focused on their own needs, using others for validation or to meet their own desires, the relationship becomes one-sided and toxic. The person who is being manipulated or overshadowed by narcissistic behavior often feels powerless, as if they are constantly walking on eggshells to avoid triggering a negative reaction. Over time, this dynamic can create a deep emotional rift, leaving the victim feeling depleted and hopeless. The danger of narcissism and manipulation is not just the immediate emotional harm, but the long-term impact it has on one's ability to trust and love in future relationships. The scars of manipulation and narcissistic abuse often remain long after the relationship ends, leaving the victim with a distorted view of what a healthy relationship looks like. They may question their own worth or become afraid to open up to others out of fear of being taken advantage of again. Recognizing the signs of narcissism and manipulation early on is critical. If you find yourself constantly giving more than you receive, feeling like you are never enough, or questioning your own reality, it's important to take a step back and assess the dynamics of the relationship. It is essential to protect your emotional well-being and avoid falling into a relationship that is built on manipulation, control, and narcissistic tendencies. The absence of discipline and ambition in a relationship can create an environment where growth is stunted and stagnation becomes the norm. Discipline and ambition are not just personal traits, they are essential for the long-term health and success of any partnership. Without them, both individuals risk falling into complacency, losing sight of their goals, and neglecting the responsibilities that come with building a life together. Discipline is the ability to consistently apply effort and focus toward achieving a desired outcome, even when faced with challenges or distractions. It's about having the self-control to resist short-term temptations in favor of long-term goals. In a relationship, discipline manifests in many ways. It shows up in how partners manage their finances, maintain a healthy lifestyle, support each other emotionally, and handle responsibilities. Without discipline, important aspects of a relationship can be neglected. Communication falters, personal health deteriorates, and financial planning becomes an afterthought. Partners may find themselves drifting through life without direction, and over time this can lead to frustration and resentment. When one person in a partnership lacks discipline, it places an undue burden on the other. Relationships are built on mutual effort, and when one partner fails to uphold their responsibilities, whether it's in their career, their health, or their commitment to the relationship, the other partner is left to pick up the slack. This imbalance can create feelings of resentment as one person feels like they are carrying the weight of both individuals. The person who is disciplined may become disillusioned, while the undisciplined partner may grow increasingly reliant on the other to maintain order and direction. Ambition, too, is a crucial ingredient in any healthy partnership. It's the drive to achieve something greater, to reach beyond the present moment and push toward a better future. Ambition gives life purpose and meaning. It is the engine that propels a person forward. In a relationship, ambition is what helps partners move through challenges, set shared goals, and build a future together. It encourages both individuals to strive for more, not just in their individual lives, but as a unit. When both partners are ambitious, they inspire and challenge each other, pushing one another to grow and succeed. When one or both partners lack ambition, the relationship can become a cycle of mediocrity. Without the desire to improve, to create, or to build something meaningful, life together becomes aimless. Instead of growing together, the individuals in the relationship may find themselves stuck in a rut, unsure of what to work toward or why they should bother trying. This lack of ambition can lead to dissatisfaction, as one or both partners begin to feel as though their potential is being wasted. They may begin to resent each other for not pursuing their dreams or for not putting in the effort to move forward in life. Ambition also fuels personal growth. A partner who is ambitious not only seeks success for themselves, but also wants to improve and evolve as a person. They bring energy, ideas, and innovation to the relationship. This energy can create a dynamic environment where both partners are encouraged to do their best, strive for personal and collective goals, and celebrate achievements together. But when ambition is absent, it can feel as though life has no direction, and each day becomes a series of unfulfilled promises. The absence of discipline and ambition breeds complacency. It breeds the belief that things will work out on their own, that effort is unnecessary, or that tomorrow is always another day to try. The truth is that without these qualities, relationships stagnate. They become more about surviving than thriving, more about getting by than about growing together. People without discipline and ambition fail to see the bigger picture. They are often trapped in a mindset of short-term comfort, avoiding the discomfort of hard work and perseverance. This mindset prevents them from fully engaging with life, their relationship, and their future. For a relationship to flourish, both partners must commit to personal and mutual growth. They must be disciplined enough to follow through on their commitments even when the journey is tough. They must be ambitious enough to envision a future together, one that is built on shared goals and dreams. When discipline and ambition are present, the relationship is dynamic, full of possibility, and capable of withstanding the inevitable challenges life throws its way. Lack of empathy and emotional maturity can severely undermine a relationship, leaving it fragile and disconnected. These two qualities are crucial for fostering a healthy, supportive, and enduring partnership. Without empathy, partners are unable to truly understand or care for one another's feelings, and without emotional maturity, they struggle to navigate conflict, manage their emotions, and maintain stability. In the absence of these traits, relationships often spiral into dysfunction, with partners unable to connect, support each other, or resolve disagreements in a constructive way. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It goes beyond simply recognizing emotions. It involves deeply connecting with another person's experiences, showing genuine concern for their well-being, and offering support when needed. A lack of empathy in a relationship can feel isolating and alienating. When one partner cannot grasp the emotional needs of the other, the relationship becomes one-sided, with feelings of neglect or rejection taking root. Partners may feel as though they are living in two separate worlds, where their emotional reality is not acknowledged or validated. This creates distance and makes it difficult for the relationship to grow, as trust and understanding are vital for deepening the connection between two people. Without empathy, it becomes easy to misunderstand or dismiss a partner's feelings. A person who lacks empathy might make insensitive remarks, belittle their partner's concerns, or fail to provide comfort when their partner is experiencing emotional distress. This lack of emotional support can leave the other person feeling unsupported, unloved, and invisible. Over time, these emotional wounds accumulate, eroding the foundation of the relationship. Partners who fail to offer empathy often struggle with the idea that their own emotional experience is not the only one that matters. They may unintentionally ignore or invalidate their partner's feelings, perpetuating a cycle of emotional neglect. Emotional maturity is another essential quality for a thriving relationship. It refers to the ability to manage one's emotions in a healthy and constructive way. A person with emotional maturity is able to remain calm during difficult conversations, approach conflicts with a problem-solving mindset, and refrain from letting their emotions dictate their actions. In contrast, someone who lacks emotional maturity may lash out during disagreements, become easily defensive, or shut down altogether. They may act impulsively, guided by raw emotion rather than thoughtful consideration. This creates an environment of instability where one or both partners feel unsafe or constantly on edge. Emotional maturity also plays a significant role in how individuals handle stress, setbacks, or disappointment. Life is full of challenges, and how partners face adversity together shapes the strength of the relationship. Someone who is emotionally immature might struggle to manage their own stress or project their frustrations onto their partner. They may avoid taking responsibility for their actions, blaming others for their mistakes or failures. This makes it difficult to resolve conflicts in a healthy way, as the emotional reactions of one partner may overshadow the problem at hand. Emotional maturity is key to personal growth within a relationship. A mature individual is self-aware enough to recognize their own flaws, admit when they are wrong, and work toward improvement. They are capable of having difficult conversations without resorting to emotional manipulation or control tactics. On the other hand, a partner who lacks emotional maturity may struggle with self-reflection and resist the idea of personal growth. This can lead to repeated patterns of negative behavior where the individual never fully addresses the underlying issues that affect the relationship. The lack of empathy and emotional maturity in a relationship creates an environment where partners feel misunderstood, disconnected, and unsupported. Without these qualities, it is difficult to nurture a strong emotional bond, resolve conflicts, or grow together as a couple. Relationships require vulnerability, trust, and understanding, qualities that are impossible to cultivate without the presence of empathy and emotional maturity. Without them, the relationship is likely to fall into a cycle of miscommunication, frustration, and emotional distance, ultimately preventing it from reaching its full potential. Avoiding dependency and entitlement is crucial for fostering healthy, balanced relationships. When either partner falls into the trap of dependency or entitlement, the dynamic of the relationship becomes unhealthy, creating power imbalances and breeding resentment. Dependency involves relying too heavily on your partner for emotional, financial, or psychological support, while entitlement reflects a mindset that expects special treatment without reciprocation or effort. Both tendencies can weaken the relationship and prevent growth, as they undermine mutual respect, personal responsibility, and the sense of individuality necessary for both partners to thrive. Dependency, in its various forms, can manifest in different areas of life. Emotional dependency, for example, occurs when one partner looks to the other for constant emotional validation and support, unable to cope with stress or difficulties without leaning on their partner for reassurance. While it is natural to seek comfort in times of need, an emotionally dependent person might rely on their partner to regulate their mood, self-esteem, or sense of worth. This creates an imbalance where one partner is burdened with the responsibility of managing the other's emotional state, which can lead to burnout and frustration. Over time, the dependent partner may feel helpless and incapable of handling their own emotions, while the other partner feels trapped, as if they are constantly giving without receiving. Financial dependency can be equally damaging to a relationship. When one partner relies on the other for financial support, they can lose a sense of independence and autonomy. This dependency may create feelings of insecurity, as one partner may feel they have little control over their own future or decisions. At the same time, the financially responsible partner might feel resentful, as they carry the weight of both individuals' financial needs. If the dependent partner does not contribute or make efforts toward financial stability, it can lead to an unequal distribution of power within the relationship, with one person feeling taken for granted or exploited. On the other hand, entitlement can corrode the foundation of a relationship by fostering a mindset of expectation rather than appreciation. An entitled partner believes they deserve special treatment or privileges without putting in the effort to earn them. They may take their partner's actions for granted, expecting their needs to be met without showing reciprocity or gratitude. This could manifest in a lack of appreciation for their partner's contributions, whether emotional, physical, or financial. They might make demands instead of offering mutual support, causing their partner to feel as though they are being taken advantage of. An entitled attitude can also stifle personal growth. When one partner feels entitled to success, comfort, or happiness without putting in the necessary work, they may become complacent, relying on their partner to handle the difficult aspects of life. This creates a dynamic in which the entitled individual fails to take responsibility for their own life, making the relationship feel one-sided and transactional. Over time, this can lead to frustration as the responsible partner may begin to feel burdened, while the entitled partner feels justified in their demands. Avoiding both dependency and entitlement is crucial for maintaining a sense of mutual respect and balance. In a healthy relationship, both individuals should feel free to pursue their own goals, dreams, and personal growth. This requires self-sufficiency, not only emotionally, but also in terms of managing one's own needs and responsibilities. Partners should support each other's growth, but not at the cost of one's own independence. Each person should be capable of handling their own challenges while also being there for their partner when needed, without falling into the trap of dependence. At the same time, mutual respect requires that neither partner feels entitled to the other's resources or efforts. A healthy relationship is built on the understanding that both individuals contribute equally, not just in terms of tangible resources, but also in emotional support, effort, and care. By avoiding entitlement, each person can feel valued for what they bring to the relationship, and both partners can find fulfillment in their shared journey without feeling unappreciated or burdened. By fostering a sense of independence, responsibility, and respect for one another, relationships can avoid the destructive effects of dependency and entitlement. This allows both individuals to grow individually and as a couple, strengthening the relationship and creating a dynamic that is supportive, balanced, and sustainable. In relationships, the qualities that truly sustain long-term happiness and growth are rooted in mutual respect, emotional maturity, and personal responsibility. Dependence, entitlement, narcissism, and a lack of empathy undermine the very foundation of a healthy partnership. Without discipline, ambition, and emotional intelligence, relationships are at risk of stagnating, with one or both partners feeling neglected, unfulfilled, or trapped. To avoid these pitfalls, it's essential for both individuals to maintain their sense of self, prioritize personal growth, and approach the relationship as a partnership based on equality, understanding, and shared responsibility. When both partners work toward creating a balanced, respectful, and emotionally mature connection, they cultivate a relationship that can withstand challenges, evolve with time, and ultimately thrive.